Right, the much anticipated municipal elections will go ahead next month after the Constitutional Court dismissed the application by the Electoral Commission of South Africa to postpone them to February next year. Now, this means the first-time entrants to the political arena, us the people, who also made submissions to the Mosoneke Commission on fitness to hold the elections, will get to contest this year. Now, us the People Party, their spokesperson, Tshireletso Mati, joins us now to give us his reaction. Tshireletso, a very good morning to you. Such a pleasure to be talking to you this morning. When that ruling was made yesterday, just give us the sentiments around it.
Well, good morning, Bushe, and good morning to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. Well, I think in our view, I mean, if you check our sentiments to the Mosoneke Commission, and even we did not even want to participate in the Constitutional Court process because we knew for sure that the elections would go on, and we knew that postponing elections was simply impossible. I mean, the Constitution of South Africa is clear, and even the legislations that support the Constitution make it simply impossible for even the Constitutional Court itself to postpone elections. So we never expected that they would be postponed, and we had always been preparing for the elections. So we are glad that the Constitutional Court finally made justice to prevail, and we are also glad that they invalidated the proclamation of elections so that the voters, new voters, can actually be able to register until the minister proclaims elections again.
Now, in your submission that you made to the Constitutional Court regarding these elections, you were very vocal about why these elections should be happening and as to how undemocratic it is for them to not be taking place. So, as you say, you obviously are very pleased by the outcome, but just talk to us about the readiness, irrespective of the fact that the elections now have been delayed. The voter registration weekend has been delayed as well. We're about 7 weeks out. Talk to us about how ready do you think the IEC will be to be able to hold them free and fairly?
Well, even to the Mosoneke Commission, the IEC did elaborate that they are ready to host elections. I mean, the only issue was that the IEC kept on postponing the voter registration, and I think with the current online process and everything else that the IEC had time to prepare for, the elections should be able to continue without any hindrance if they would allow for new voters to increase the participation of new voters. Then we'll be able to have sufficiently democratic elections.
And how do you then, as us the people, hold that voter registration drive as well that you do say is very much possible, whether you use ICT or social media, but how else is your party going to try to get to the people?
Well, by particularly increasing awareness about the importance of voting, especially to young people, and ensuring that they are aware of the online voter registration process, because I think it is the most efficient mechanism that we can use to get to increase the number of voters and particularly the number of young voters. So I think our focus is particularly on exploring the online voter registration process and also allowing for awareness towards any weekend or any day that would be proclaimed for voter registration physically.
Of course, not entirely out of the woods yet. The IEC still need to give a date as to when the voter registration weekend is set to take place and when they can hold that weekend. Do you foresee any issues regarding that? If, for instance, they say, well, within the next 7 weeks, we won't be able to hold it in such a way that will be free and fair?
Well, I think in the situation that we're in, free and fair, is a subjective term. So we are not expecting that these elections this year would be free and fair compared to to any other election. I mean, free and fair would be free and fair in this situation that we're in. So we're expecting that anything that would be reasonable and anything that would be explored and offered to the people would be part of the free and fair of the current situation.
Tshireletso Mati, thank you so much for your time. That's the Ask the People spokesperson, first-time player in the election game, if I can put it that way, and they'll be, of course, have their names on their ballots as we take to the polls in the next 7 weeks or so.